Hello there and welcome back to Property Insight. My name is Mark Ashworth.
I'm Neil Harding.
And today we're going to be talking all about boiler cover, boiler insurance cover. And whilst it sounds rather boring, there is a method to our madness in the sense that we think we can save you rather a lot of pennies, don't we?
Yeah, absolutely. And I've taken out boiler insurance and central heating system insurance across my whole portfolio for all of the properties where I've got a gas boiler. I'm saving a lot of money from doing so.
So the normal process would be each year to get a gas safety inspection report done where your gas engineer will come out. They'll do a safety check, and if you've got a gas hob as well or a gas fire in the property, they'll do that and normally charge a little bit extra to do that too. And I reckon typically you're probably spending, I'd say, around about £100 on a gas safety inspection. You may in some areas get it a bit cheaper, maybe 80, but I've actually paid up to 120 for a gas safety inspection as well. So let's say 100 quid. So that's your annual cost. So what do you get for that? Well, you get the gas engineer come and check the boiler and he gives you a certificate, and that's pretty much it. So if you've got any maintenance issues, something goes wrong with it, boiler stops working, or anything that goes wrong with the heating system, essentially, you're going to have to call your gas engineer out to get it looked at and get it fixed. So what's the benefit of the insurance?
For my insurance policies, they throw in the gas safety certificate as part of the policy.
Right.
So it's a really economical choice. I pay £125 per annum for an insurance policy that covers my boiler, the boiler controls, and the central heating system. You can pay a bit less if you don't want to insure for the central heating system as well and you just want boiler cover, but I pay 125 quid, which covers me for a year's policy. So with that, there's a £99 excess or call out fee. So if there's something wrong with the boiler and I need to claim on the policy, then the letting agent calls the company, the insurance company, and says, they talk about the claim that's needed. Then the company calls me and says, Neil, do we have your approval to charge you £99 for the call out? Say, yes, go ahead. Then they go out and they fix the problem. But the great thing is if there's any additional cost for any labour or any parts to repair the boiler, that's all covered then. I don't pay a penny more than the £99 excess.
So I guess they can do this because it's a numbers game for them, and ultimately it's an insurance policy, right? So a certain percentage of the people are going to be using the policy and the other percentage aren't. So therefore, you know, it's generally just an insurance-backed thing.
Yeah.
I quite like the idea of that because there's nothing worse than the unknown cost of what it's going to be when an engineer goes out. I mean, I guess probably worst case scenario, let's say, how could it be not great value? Well, let's say if the boiler needed to be topped up with pressure, for example, and your local gas engineer might charge you 50 quid as a call out fee, 50, 60 quid call out fee to go and top that boiler up. So maybe you pay a little bit less in that instance. But chances are your letting agent, or you know, if you're sensible and do some YouTube videos of how you top up your boiler with pressure, you could potentially manage that risk of having to call an actual engineer to come out to the property. But yeah, 99 quid for basically for the satisfaction that you know you're going to get the boiler back up and running or the heating system back up and running, particularly if it's maybe out of hours. Can you call them any time or?
Yeah, I had a call out 2 weeks ago. My letting agent called the company and same day someone went out and fixed the central heating system. So it's very.
Is there an argument to say that you couldn't give that phone number to the tenant? Would there be a reason why you wouldn't give it direct?
I think you could. I think you could literally just leave them with the number. It's an emergency call number. So say any problems, call this number, and yeah, why not? So if you were self-managing, I think it would work very nicely.
Yeah. I think it's time to get myself a couple of policies now.
Yeah, I'm really pleased with it so far, and the service has been really good. I have a policy with a company called PlusHeat. And if you are interested in taking a policy out, just for full disclosure, if you do mention my name, just quote Neil Harding, it's a referral code and you'll get 1 month's free insurance on that, and so will I as well. So, you know, caring, sharing, why not? It saves you a month on the policy, so why not have that? The thing that I liked about PlusHeat, and I researched quite a few companies, and there are other companies out there as well. Homeserve do it, British Gas do it. There are lots of companies out there, so have a shop around. I shopped around, but the thing that I liked about PlusHeat was they had a very, very wide range. Almost every boiler they would include in the insurance, and it didn't matter particularly about the age of it either. So I actually got to the point where they just insured my whole portfolio and they weren't particularly concerned about, and they didn't even take the details actually of the boiler make or model or the year, it's just covered, which, and not all of the companies would cover on that basis. So I really liked that. The other thing to look out for as well, or just be aware of, is that you need to wait 28 days from taking the policy out before you can claim against it, because of course they're well aware that people will take the policy out and then lo and behold 2 days later the boiler's gone wrong and they'll want to claim. So to stop people from literally just taking the policy out just because their boiler's just gone wrong, there's a 28-day period where you can't claim.
I think it's a great option, and I think certainly, as you say, if you're self-managing, it's definitely worth looking into that, because it doesn't appear to be costing you anymore, and the peace of mind, and also the fact that, you know, the tenants can take the phone number, and also if your particular gas engineer is on holiday and you can't get through to him and you need to then find someone else, this company obviously, I would imagine they use local guys.
They use local people. And another great thing is when they go out and do the gas safety certificate, which is included as part of the policy, they'll also do an annual boiler service at the same time. So I'm looking at it thinking, okay, I pay £95 for a gas safety certificate. So in effect, for another 30 quid, I'm getting the boiler serviced and I'm getting the insurance policy on the boiler and the central heating. 30 quid. Effective cost to me is 30. So it's a great deal.
There you go, Property Insight helping to save you money. So we hope that you found that insightful, and we'll see you on the next video.